Welcome back, everybody. It's Sarcasm Speaks. It's Jared and Bob. Shout out to Mitch. Sorry again, I guess. I texted you a little bit earlier to see if you were down. I'm assuming you're probably still working at this point, but we tried. We'll get you on. I know you got stories to tell, so we'll figure out a day that works to get you on and tell all your fun stories. So I know you'll be listening to this at some point when this comes out on Thursday. So Vinny just sent me something which I think is pretty funny. Actually, before I get to that, let's just start it out with I don't know, war. War is always fun, right? The thing I sent to our group on Twitter, apparently Saudi Arabia, both Saudi Arabia and the United States are on high alert after warning of an imminent Iranian attack. This comes from the Wall Street Journal, and I found it from Breaking 911 on Twitter. So apparently, for some reason, Iran wants to fuck up Saudi Arabia and the United States. So that's cool, I guess. Are we going to go back to another war? We're going to start another war?
Well, I have a couple questions. Probably not, but why are we on the same side as Saudi Arabia?
Because of Live Golf.
I thought Saudi Arabia bad.
Yeah, but we partnered together through Live Golf, so now we're inexorably tied together.
No, they ruined golf.
Yeah.
Their exhibitions are the worst thing for golf ever.
Yeah.
No, I know Saudi Arabia bad. Why are we on the same side as them?
Yeah, that's a question. It's a question I can't answer.
Yeah, someone's gonna have to let me know, like, why we're on their side.
Yeah, I mean, we buy their oil.
No, that's not relevant.
We also buy Russia's oil from them at a marked up price too, which is fun.
Not relevant. Russia bad too.
Yeah.
What does the Ukraine think of the war?
They probably don't give a shit. They're probably too busy.
You think?
Yeah, they might be a little too busy with their own shit.
Okay. Yeah, it's interesting though. I mean, Saudi Arabia bad. Shouldn't everyone just be happy that Iran's going to blow them up?
Yeah, except for it's also the United States.
The entire fucking world.
They're coming after the US too.
Iran is?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
That's what it says. It says
that's fine.
Okay. Imminent Iranian attack against Saudi Arabia and the United States.
I'm not militarily trained. I won't pretend to be. I won't steal anyone's valor. I don't exactly know what that means. Oh, is that if you say you served but you didn't?
Yeah.
Okay, so no stolen valor here. I'm fully admitting I am not trained militarily. Closest I've come is I have a friend and my grandfather was in the Air Force. Like, that's as close as it gets. I don't personally know anyone that served in a war. That's how far away removed I am. So here I am on a podcast telling you what I think about this. What's Iran going to do?
So the implication here, I'm assuming, because I didn't read the article, because it's the Wall Street Journal and it's behind a paywall. But the implication I'm assuming is that there would be nuclear weapons involved because Iran is it has nuclear capabilities.
And as citizens of the U.S., do we not trust the U.S.'s ability to handle the country of Iran?
Well, I think it has less to do with that, and it has more to do with the whole mutually assured destruction thing. It's the same thing with Russia, because nuclear war, no one wins, right? Like, say Iran drops a nuke on New York City, right? Like, obviously that's fucking terrible. And then what are we going to do to respond? Well,
blow them off the fucking earth.
Yeah, but in the process of dropping however many nukes, we then turn around and do that to them. There's obviously everyone knows at this point there's long-term effects of that, and there's widespread effects. Not to mention that kind of opens Pandora's box a little bit, right? Like literally in war, in hot war, nuclear weapons have quite literally only been ever used once. Now, technically, if you want to get crazy, it was twice. We dropped 2 bombs, but it was a one instance. That's the only time it's ever been done.
And
So
what were the circumstances leading to that?
they meaning Japan
Yep.
blew up Pearl Harbor.
Yep. And what else?
Or World War II.
Yes. So not only did Japan surprise attack us, we entered a war, a world war, and then we dropped nukes on them.
Yeah.
So listen, maybe I'm overly optimistic. I am not buying that Iran is just going to fucking shoot off some nukes to land here, forcing us to retaliate, to blow them off the fucking earth. And then now we have like repercussions, like you just wiped out the Iranian population. And it's like, yeah, we fucking did.
Yeah. And the problem with that is that Russia is aligned with Iran. They're friendly. So that's the other side of it. So say Iran attacks us, we wipe Iran off the face of the earth. Now Russia's pissed already, right? Because they're already pissed at us for fucking with them and fighting a proxy war using Ukraine as a puppet, basically. And then Russia would get involved. And then again, you have, again, it's just nuclear.
So who's out in that now? Who's allied with Russia?
Well, depending on the day, China.
Oh, that would be fun. You know what? I'm rooting for this because then there's no more issues. Because if Iran just blows us up and we retaliate, which if we retaliate, we will be erasing Iran.
Yeah.
Right. Are we clear on that?
We will be starting World War III.
No, we're starting the end of the world. It's not World War III. It's the end of the world because
yeah, it's semantics at that point.
Because then,
yes.
because if we retaliate back on Iran, which I hope we do, then Russia gets involved. And if Russia's getting involved and then China gets involved, it's over. That is the end.
Yeah, that's it. That's
North Korea will rule them all.
Yeah. And Australia will be the only place left.
And all the kangaroos will be like, WTF, mate.
Yeah. Yep. That's basically how it goes.
Yeah. So I know every time this comes up, I'm just, it's boy who cried wolf. Like,
yeah. And truthfully, what are the odds that it's some sort of nuclear attack? Very low, like very, very low. But it could also be some sort of attack, right? Like it could be some kind of terrorist attack. Like it's happened here before.
Yeah, it has. And as devastating as 9/11 was, that's not nuclear war. That is not a nuclear attack.
Right.
Just so we're like,
any sort of attack is probably going to get us into a war, basically.
Yeah, probably. But
then it has to be an attack against us, right? Us. If they just attack Saudi Arabia. So here's the thing.
Well,
right?
Saudi Arabia bad. We don't like them.
Here's the thing. If Iran attacks Saudi Arabia and we, as the United States, take it upon ourselves to then invade Iran and get involved, you know that this was just a fucking bullshit thing from the start, right? It's weapons of mass destruction all over again. They were just looking for an excuse. They were looking for an excuse to go in there, and they got one. Because if Iran attacks Saudi Arabia, it's okay. That's awful, right? It's terrible. Whatever that happens it's a loss of life, right? That's not, you don't want that, because also it's not going to be an attack. It's never like that shit just attacks like the military, right? Like if Iran was going to attack Saudi Arabia,
Probably gonna hit the capital.
it's not like their military is going to go to some military base and they're going to fight each other. No, it's going to be Iran's going to fucking blow up some city somewhere and a bunch of civilians are going to die, right? Like
Is
that's
Mecca
always
the
how
name
it
of the
works.
city? Like where you have to face Mecca to pray or whatever? Is that even Saudi Arabia, or am I thinking of the wrong country?
No, that's not in Saudi Arabia.
What country is that in?
I think that's in the UAE. It might be in Dubai.
Didn't Dubai like not exist all that long ago?
Yeah,
I'm looking it up.
probably.
Mecca is in Saudi Arabia.
They change countries all the time. Yugoslavia didn't exist that long ago.
Yeah, they're in Mecca's in Saudi Arabia.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is Dubai in Saudi Arabia?
No, I think Dubai's in the UAE.
Where's the UAE? Next to Saudi Arabia? They all fucking hate each other and they all border each other. It's like fucking SEC country over there.
So the UAE does border Saudi Arabia and Oman. And Qatar. Qatar, actually, I don't think it connects to Qatar.
It's all the same shit. It's all close. They all touch. They all touch tips. Literally. And they're secret about it too, because you can fucking get your head cut off if you're gay over there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the thing. If Iran does attack Saudi Arabia and we decide to get involved, then the entire thing was bullshit, and we were just looking for an excuse.
So we're basically just be entering a giant waste of time again.
Yep.
Because, I mean, there was no results out of Iraq.
Zero. Well, Afghanistan. There was technically a result out of Iraq. There was no result.
The removal of Saddam Hussein?
Yeah, it was something.
Yeah, and what's happened since then?
I mean,
are they like region. A functioning country?
They're more functional than Afghanistan, I would say.
Does that say a lot?
No. But
dude, I literally, like, without ever being there, I literally feel like Afghanistan runs like the fucking desert in Star Wars. Like the Tusken Raiders just fucking run it.
Yeah, I mean, if you were going to line them up next to each other and say which one was more successful, I would say Iraq. Just because Afghanistan, literally, we were there for quite literally 20 years. And the second we left, it went back to the way it was 20 years and a day before. It was like, oh, okay, cool. So the last 20 years literally were for nothing. So
I don't know. I think the whole thing was a waste of time.
No, for sure. It all was bullshit. But I'm saying, like, if you line them up,
so I know Saddam's out. And to certain regions, that's probably important, but like on a global scale, I don't think it's that important.
No, I mean,
he was really shitty to a certain type of Muslim. I remember that. Like that was, or was it Kuwait?
Yeah, the Shiites. He was a Sunni.
So he hated the Shiites, and then did he hate Kuwait too? Was he going to invade Kuwait?
Probably.
Didn't he already invade Kuwait?
Yeah, that was the first Gulf War.
Oh, all right.
That lasted all of 16 days, I think.
Nice.
Yeah, we went in and fucked shit up pretty bad and was like, hey, it was like when two like little toddlers are fighting and like the adult comes over and just fucking rips them apart and goes, you guys better shut the fuck up and get your shit together. It's basically what we did in Kuwait. We literally just went in with a massive fucking air force and was like, hey, you better stop or we're going to fuck all of your shit up. And they stopped. So,
well, there's a result.
Yeah.
And they did in less than 3 weeks.
Yeah, I think it was 16 days.
I like that.
How long the Gulf War lasted. The first Gulf War.
And we call it a war.
Yeah, I guess. So maybe we changed it to the conflict because that's what we do now. We can't call it a war. It's a conflict.
I don't know. I mean, like, I'm not usually in favor of like renaming shit just to rename shit, but 16 days doesn't sound like a war to me. It also doesn't sound like a war if we just kind of walked in there and, to use your metaphor, just split up the two
Yeah.
and then told them to fuck off, and then they did. That
Yeah.
doesn't sound like war to me.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a good one. Chalk that up as a
W.
as a W. We don't get too many of those.
No, we're undefeated in wars, remember?
Yeah, well.
Depends on who you ask.
Yeah, yeah. It's like Vietnam
No, there was no winner there.
was the thing, and then Afghanistan was the thing.
Yeah, no, Vietnam was a tie.
It's funny how basically they were the same thing, right? Like they lasted like forever. I don't know how long Vietnam lasted. 15 years, 10, 15 years maybe.
I want to say it lasted even longer than that. I feel
But
like
say it was 20. Say they were both 20. And it was literally like the second we left, shit just went right back to the way it was before. It was like, all right, cool, man. I'm glad we spent all that time.
20 years.
20 years. Yeah. So it's funny, that thing they say about history, how it's all cyclical.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it only took 25 years.
Yeah, because it ended in what, 78?
75. And then
75?
we were in Afghanistan in 2001.
Yeah. Yep. And then Iraq was what, 03 to 10? We were there for like 7 years.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know. So I really tried not to pay attention to that shit. I was also too young to give a fuck then. Yeah. And now looking back, it just seems like a massive waste of time. And it's like, I really don't want, actually, I should probably like read.
What do you mean? It was Operation Iraqi Freedom. We were trying to help them get freedom. Everyone loves freedom. We're going to use that word in things, and so people will agree with us, right? We have to help them find freedom. And that's what we did.
The Iraq War was 03 to 11. Began with an invasion, overthrew the government. U.S. troops were officially withdrawn in 2011. Mm-hmm. Got re-involved in 2014. They're gonna like result invasion, occupation, overthrow of the party, execution of Saddam Hussein, recognition of the Kurdistan autonomous region. That sounds like a good thing for the Kurds.
Yeah, I think so.
Emergence of significant insurgency, rise and fall of Al Qaeda in Iraq. That sounds made up. I'm not buying that. Shia-led government, civil war, withdrawal, escalation of sectarian insurgency after. Yeah, nothing happened.
Yeah,
because one of the results is continued Iraqi conflict. If that's a result of the invasion, and also you left and had to go back, and it's just continued Iraqi conflict, what did you accomplish outside of getting rid of one bad guy?
Yeah.
Or a bunch of bad guys, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it's all pretty much a waste of time.
Whatever.
So speaking of Iraq, this is what I originally had talked about. That Vinny sent me this. So this, I haven't listened to this yet, but it's a 30-second clip of Biden, and I think it's going to be pretty funny. So I'm going to play it.
No change in the quality of it, just changing the price. And they talk about inflation. You know, we're dealing with it for the whole segment. Inflation is a worldwide problem right now because of a war in Iraq and the impact on oil and what Russia's doing. I mean, the war in Ukraine. And thinking of Iraq because that's where my son died. Because he died. But the point again, no change.
All right. So a couple of things here. One, that was borderline and illiterate. He was just making words up there. So he said that inflation is a worldwide problem right now because of a war in Iraq. That is not where the war is. The war is in Ukraine. He did correct himself there and say Ukraine and blamed Russia for it again. And then he goes, I'm thinking about Iraq because that's where my son died. That is also untrue. His son died of a brain tumor in Delaware.
I've heard that before. Why does he think that?
Because he has dementia.
Is that an old clip? Do you know?
No, that's from like a couple days ago. If not yesterday.
I could have sworn he said something about his son dying in Iraq before.
Yeah, he said it multiple times.
Why does he say that though?
Because he has dementia. He's fucking retarded, basically.
I wonder if someone can tell me why he says this. Oh, he died of brain cancer after serving in Iraq.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Because to be honest, when you say he had a brain tumor and died in Delaware, I'm like, why the fuck is he saying he was in Iraq?
Yeah. Well, he was in the military.
He's making a leap. So his son
he was in the Air Force, I think.
Yeah. Okay. Not important. So his son.
Oh, that's my bad.
I
thought you knew that.
No, I don't give a shit about this guy or his fucking kids. I don't give a shit about this guy, and I definitely don't fucking care about his kids.
Yeah.
Like, no fucking way.
Well, especially the crackhead one.
I do not care about him at all.
Yeah.
I think of him in the same way of the fucking Paul brothers that are YouTubers that now box or fight or I don't know. It's
yeah.
It's like it's like people want you to be famous for whatever. And I don't know. I think it might be Logan Paul. He might have like a fairly successful YouTube, whatever the fuck he does. I don't know what it is that he does. But I don't know. I don't care.
One of them I think is actually like a legit boxer. One of them is just fucking stupid, but I think the other one is actually like pretty legit. I don't know which is which. I don't know who's who. I don't know who's Logan.
It might be Jake because I think I just saw that Jake might be fighting Nate Diaz.
Oh, really?
But I think it's gonna be boxing. I don't think it's MMA.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. That would be interesting to watch. So yeah, this guy thinks I don't know what he thinks, to be honest, because he has dementia. And he doesn't know what's real and what's not. So yeah. Vinny sent me that.
Yeah, I don't. Whatever. When's election day? Tuesday? A week from today?
A week from
With this being
today.
Tuesday?
Yes, correct. 1 week from today.
It's always the second Tuesday in November?
I believe so.
Yeah.
There's nothing. I don't think there's anything worth voting for in Massachusetts.
Oh, I'm not going to bother again.
It's what? It's just governor?
Sounds like everyone's a fucking cunt, so what's the point?
It's just governor, so who gives a shit? I don't know about my local people. I have no idea.
I don't even know.
There's the I think we have 4 ballot questions. One of them
is one about taxing people who make over $1 million.
That's the first question, yeah. So the first question is like a millionaire tax. So obviously Massachusetts state income tax is a flat rate, 5% across the board. But then anyone that makes over $1 million, so up to $1 million gets taxed at 5%. And then everything over $1 million, there's an additional 4% added. So you would pay 9% state tax on anything over $1 million. That's fucking stupid.
Yeah, that's.
If I were going to vote, I would vote no against that. And I'm not. I don't have anything close to a fucking $1 million. Like, that's stupid.
Just make it a fucking flat rate. Fuck off.
Yeah, it's fucking stupid. Like, you're just going to target.
Why do you want to disincentivize people to live here? This place already sucks.
Exactly. You're targeting people because they have money. Fuck off.
And people that make that much money, 4% matters to them.
Yeah. And
They'll
they're
just,
like,
and that's the thing. They're rich enough. They'll just fucking leave. They'll
exactly.
just fucking leave.
And they said part of like the thing is like, oh, that extra money that will be brought in will be put towards education. Here we go. We did a whole fucking bit on this however many episodes ago. Yeah, it's going to education. If you're not watching on YouTube, I used some aggressive air quotes right there. It's going to be fucking paying bureaucrat salaries, or principals are going to get
director
raises.
of whatever in the state.
Yeah.
It's all going to
Or
go state level.
superintendents are going to get raises. You know what I mean? Like the
No,
teachers,
it won't even go. It won't
the
even go
teachers
to
aren't going to see that fucking money.
It won't even go to the districts. It will not even go.
Yeah.
It's
you're right.
all going to stay state level.
Yeah, it'll stay with the State Department of Education. Yeah. Oh, yeah. All that money is going to go to education. Well, that's how they get it too, right? They just say education. They're like, oh, yeah, no, we put it towards education. It's like, yeah, but you paid people that aren't teachers.
Yep. Well, the teachers and the student, neither the teachers nor the students will benefit. So good job. Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. So fuck off on your question one on your millionaire tax. That's bullshit. Again, like I said, I don't even have a fraction of a fucking $1 million. Well, I guess though, technically, if you have any money, you do have a fraction, but I have a very small fraction. Let's leave it at that. And question 2 is about dental insurance, which I actually read through it. I read through the ballot questions today, actually, because I was bored. So the second question is about dental insurance. And I think if I were going to vote, I would vote yes, because it actually would require dental insurance companies to spend at minimum 83% of their revenue on actual premiums and like payment and like stuff, right? The reason why you have the insurance in the first place. Or if they don't meet that criteria, they have to give money back to their customers.
Okay, so like if one dental insurance company, let's use Delta.
Yeah.
And we're going to use easy numbers. You know what? No, we'll use a big number, but it's easy. If they generate $1 billion in revenue,
yep,
they need to pay out 830,000.
830 million.
830 million, sorry.
Yes, they would need to spend $830 million on claims that year. And if they don't hit that threshold, they have to give money back to
I'm good with
people.
That. I like
that.
that.
I'm good with that too, because
I think because insurance companies should fucking do their jobs.
Yeah, and it forces the insurance companies to do their job, right? And so it's funny that you use Delta.
What's the trickle down though? The trickle down though
is vehemently against it, obviously.
Yeah.
And they're saying that it's going to raise premiums for people.
It is going to.
Well, for once, the people in Massachusetts, the lawmakers, did something of fucking worth, because there's actually language in the bill that limits how much the premium is allowed to be raised, and still it's an offset, right? So it's they did it out, right? They did the math. So they can raise the premium past whatever percent it is, but then also the law is still in effect. Whatever that new premium is, you still need to spend 83% of it on claims, or you give it back to the people. So it's kind of like I guess you could call it a double-edged sword in favor of the payee, right? Of the person that holds the insurance, because it limits how much the insurance company can raise the rate. And then the law in and of itself sets a limit on like how much the insurance company has to spend on claims, or they give the money back to you. So like, say Delta raises their premium by 5%, but they only spend 77% of that in a year. I would imagine you would take the resulting, 6%, and divvy it up and give it back to people. So that 5% increase comes back to you at the end of the year anyway. You know what I mean? So like they wrote the bill so that it protects the people. And this is actually like not a lot of people are talking about this, but I think it's a really like a piece of landmark legislation. If this does get passed, I've seen a couple people talk about this like on Twitter, but not really anywhere else, that this has the potential to reform insurance across the country, right? Because nothing like this exists. So this would be the first time that this sort of legislation would be passed. So, like I said, it limits the insurance company's ability to raise their rates, and it also forces them to do their job basically, or give the money back. So I like this a lot. Like I said, I'm probably not going to vote, but if I were going to vote, I would vote yes on 2.
Yeah, that means it won't pass.
Yeah.
Probably makes too much sense.
Yeah. Well, if anything, it should just lean out the companies, right? And like, again, I don't want to advocate for anyone to lose their job, but, does Delta Dental really need 17 fucking middle managers on one branch? You know what I mean? And then 3 executive assistants and 4 office managers and whatever the fuck else they have. No, you don't need that many people. So if they have to cut their workforce, again, it would suck for someone that lost their job, but this is ultimately about the people, right? It's insurance companies fucking suck. So if we can do anything to kind of stick it to them, I'm all in. And it's not really even sticking it to them. It's making them do their fucking job, basically. So
is Delta publicly traded? Because I have a tax filing for them.
I don't know.
What's a 501c4? Is that a nonprofit?
I don't know what that is. A 501c3 is the classic nonprofit structure.
This might be a nonprofit.
Hmm.
Because if I have their financials and they're not public, yeah, they are a nonprofit. Holy shit. Well, let's do some quick math. 263 divided by 29. What was that? 263 divided by 297. Whoop.
Are you doing
they're already spending 88%. What the fuck is their problem?
Oh yeah. So what do they care?
Oh, because you know what? It might not be on premiums. Total expenses.
Oh. Yeah. Do they have it like a line item, like broken down?
For expenses?
Or for like premium payments?
It says program services. Oh, that's revenue. Sorry. Expenses. Oh, this is good. So their revenue for 2019 was 297 million.
That's an okay number. Made 300 million bucks.
Benefits paid to or for members. You know what? Guess.
If they made 300 million.
Yep.
Benefits paid is probably hold on, let me do some math.
And give me a number figure.
66 million.
No, it's way more than that.
No, I don't know. What
177.
177 million. So that's like barely more than 50%.
Yeah, it's probably what, 55?
59. 59%.
Yeah. Well,
so they would need to increase that by 24%.
24% of 300 million. Jeez. Well, what I would do too. So they are cash flow positive $36 million.
That's an extra 72 million, by the way. They need to increase 24%. That's $72 million.
Yeah. Let's see. So the other big hitters, they spend this is good. They spend almost $200K on accounting fees.
Good.
Payments to affiliates. Now, I don't know what that exactly means.
I have no idea what that means.
62 million.
$62 million to payments to affiliates?
Yes.
What the fuck? Well, there's your fucking
Who are these
difference.
affiliates? Are these the
There's
people
your
selling
difference right there.
Are these the people selling the insurance?
I don't know. What is constituted as an affiliate of an insurance company?
I don't know, but you want to know what all other expenses are, which is a line item, but is not broken down?
What?
15 million.
Jesus.
All other expenses.
Do they have salary on there? Is that one of them? Like what they pay
No.
their employees?
No.
That's weird. How is that not a line item?
They pay $0 in payroll taxes.
Oh yeah, because they're a nonprofit.
So compensation of current officers, $0. So that means if it is a nonprofit, so all like board members, whatever, they don't get paid. Non-officer salaries and wages, $0. How the fuck does this thing operate?
Yeah,
How does this operate if they don't pay anybody?
that doesn't make any sense. I'm trying to figure out what it means to be an affiliate of an insurance company.
And they're also using 8 million of depreciation, amortization, etc., which means they have $8 million cash for this year,
Right?
because they're using that as a write-off. So their total expenses is actually more like 256, 255.
Huh.
So they've got 45,000 cash. I'm sorry, 45 million cash from the year.
So,
But the 62 million payments to affiliates, the 15 million all other expenses.
so I got it here. An affiliated company refers to a company and a parent company that holds less than 50% ownership and therefore is a minority shareholder. In addition, companies may also be considered affiliated if they are both owned by a parent company. Furthermore, a loose usage of the term may refer to companies that are related to each other. In terms of insurance, insurance companies may be affiliated through interlocking directories or common ownership. So I don't really know what that means. But it's payments to affiliated companies. So it's payments to companies that they own a minority stake in.
I don't know. That's probably where your missing payroll is.
Yeah, I would imagine. So that's one of those, like, I don't know how dental insurance works, but you know how like for example, car insurance, right? Like you might have like your local, what is it, like A. Ganji, like in South Medford on Main Street. It's like A. Ganji and Sons right there,
Gang
right?
insurance,
Yeah. And they're technically safety insurance. So like that guy runs his own insurance company, but he's an affiliate of safety insurance, right? Like when you go to
so
him,
he's an agent.
Yeah, exactly. So is that maybe something similar to
I,
fucking whatever?
I don't know, dude. Like I really don't know.
Yeah, I have no idea either.
They've also got for 2019. They have a balance. $14 million in savings, $7 million accounts receivable. Notes and loans, another 4 million receivable. And then 53 million in investments. These are assets again.
Yeah.
Other assets, 90 million.
Wow. Yeah, so I have no fucking idea how that works, but they're going to have to start spending some fucking money, you know, like I said, to do their job and pay for people's fucking dental work. But that's the thing, right? And that's what I said. Like, it's a potential landmark legislation because if it were passed, now there's precedent, right? That other states and potentially Massachusetts the next time around in 2024 can push for something similar in health insurance or in auto insurance. You know what I mean? Like, if this gets passed, this opens the door to actually force the insurance companies to do their job.
I'll tell you right now, health insurance is the big one because I think car insurance is generally pretty good. I think everyone's pretty aware that if you get into an accident and it appraises for $12,000 of damage, you generally get a check for $12,000.
Right.
If it was health insurance, you would get an appraisal for like $105,000 in damage.
Yeah.
They would give you a check for like $9K. And then when you went to go get it fixed, it would cost you $12K. That's how health insurance works.
Yeah. Yeah. Health insurance is a fucking racket.
Awful.
I mean, we've talked about this before.
Mine just went up again for next year.
Good. We talked about this before, that like that's how it works for like people that accept insurance, right? Whether it doesn't matter whether it's you know, psychiatry or physical therapy or anything that you go through, chiropractic, whatever it is that you go and use your health insurance to pay for. It's like that doctor, like Dr. X goes, okay, you came here for elbow PT. That costs $200 for the session. And they send the bill for $200 to the insurance company. And the insurance company goes, oh, okay, here's a bill for $200. Well, here's a check for $120. So here you go. You can go fuck yourself on that other $80.
Yeah, we're only gonna pay you for 60% of
and that's how that works.
Bill.
Right. And that's
fucking crazy.
We've talked about that before on the show multiple times. And that's why, to offset that, doctors raise their rates, knowing that they're only going to get 60% of it from the insurance company. So if they want $200 for that 1 hour of elbow PT, they have to charge whatever, 320. You know, so they get that 200. And then someone that doesn't have insurance now is stuck paying 320 because that's just what the doctor charges, because normally through insurance, they're only going to get 200. It's a fucking racket. It's absolutely insane. And it's infuriating. Anytime I talk about it, it just makes me mad. It makes me remember how much I fucking hate insurance companies.
And then never mind if you don't hit your deductibles and shit.
Right. So fuck the insurance companies. Like I said, I hope this passes. I forget what the third one is.
I don't know. The only one I knew was the millionaire tax.
And then the fourth question is, this seems like a no-brainer to me, but I don't know. We'll see, because it's fucking Massachusetts. The fourth question is voting on whether or not to allow illegal immigrants to get driver's license, which to me, would say no. But
Yeah, I don't. Again, I know I've said it before. I'll never understand the illegal immigrant thing. I'll never get it. I'll never
yeah,
understand it. It will literally never make sense to me. And I don't know. Like, again, and I know there's a difference between illegal immigrants and undocumented people. I guess, like, listen, not my communities, like, I know that. But there are some people like the children of illegal immigrants. Well, they're fucking technically undocumented because they're not legally here, but they were born here, which
well, if they're born here, they're citizens.
they're citizens, but not if the parents don't do the paperwork and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Is that a thing?
It is a thing. Now, I don't know if it's a big thing. I don't know if it's a lot of people. But I know it is a thing. I just don't know how much or how significant or insignificant.
Because I know it's quite literally as simple as if you're born on U.S. soil, you're a U.S. citizen.
Correct.
Like that's like pretty cut and dry.
Correct.
Like if your parents are Italian, like if you're fucking pick any country in the world and your parents come over here for vacation, I don't know why, but and your mom is pregnant and she gives birth to you in this country, you now have United States citizenship.
Yes.
You can like go back to fucking Greece, right? And have your you can be a dual citizen, but
yeah, again,
if you're born here, you're a citizen.
Correct. Now, I guess all I'm saying is there is a difference between undocumented and illegal because this was part of the argument in Georgia when they're like, well, not undocumented doesn't mean illegally here. It just means that they were born on a family farm and none of them through generations ever like got a social security number or registered through the state. And I'm like, that cannot be enough of a reason for you to think that IDs are so bad to vote.
Yeah.
Like that's gotta be a fucking fraction of a percent of the population of Georgia.
Yeah.
No, so anyway, more or less, if we're talking about illegal immigrants, that means they are here illegally. Right?
Yes.
Is there any dancing around this?
So from NECN says they use the term undocumented.
I'm pretty sure there's a difference, but
I've seen others.
Well, I mean, we've also changed the definition of inflation too, so
yeah.
I guess we'll change the name of illegal immigrants to undocumented. That way you could now, because you know why? If you call everyone undocumented, now you have a counter argument. Like, right. Oh, well, they might have been born here, but they just never did paperwork.
Oh. Wait a second. They're literally the same thing.
Illegal immigrants and undocumented?
Yes. It's it's a fucking woke thing. Like you're not allowed to call them illegal immigrants.
Oh. That's what happened?
Yeah.
Oh, I genuinely thought there was a difference, dude. Like, I'm not kidding.
I got this.
I didn't bring that up to fucking
from February of 2021. When someone resides in the United States without having filled out the requisite immigration paperwork, that person is often called an illegal immigrant. But why is it not preferable to use this term? And then it lists good reasons to avoid the term illegal immigrant. Number one, illegal is uselessly vague. 2, illegal immigrant is dehumanizing. It defines someone who doesn't have immigration paperwork as an illegal person. This should offend everyone. Whatever. It's contrary to the 14th Amendment, which affirms that neither the federal government nor the state government may deny to any person within its jurisdiction the equal protection of the laws. And it keeps going. Undocumented immigrant is a very useful phrase. Why? It skips the dehumanizing aspects of illegal immigrant. Here's a list of other terms to avoid. Illegal aliens, undocumented workers, migrant workers. It's literally the same thing.
Okay. I genuinely thought I thought it was one of those things where there actually was a difference, but people just started using undocumented to cover both terms because it's again probably a more woke word.
Yeah.
I actually genuinely thought that there are some people who fit that situation where they are the child of two illegal immigrants born here, where they actually have a right to citizenship, but their parents did not put them into the system. Now, again, we're talking about a very, very small amount of people.
Yeah.
That pertains to.
Yeah.
But either way, again, I will never figure out the illegal immigrant thing. Like, undocumented, illegal, who gives a fuck?
Yeah, I mean, I look at it too when it comes to the driver's license thing. Like, having a driver's license is a privilege that's afforded to people that, pass the test, do whatever they have to do, put in the fucking driver's ed, do whatever. Like, I just don't see why you need to give illegal immigrants driver's licenses.
Yeah, I don't know. Because then can they get insured without a social security number?
Probably not.
So they're going to drive without insurance? Because you can't do that in Massachusetts.
Right. So I don't know. I just think it's
and then what if you're
stupid.
undocumented and you get one of these driver's licenses, you don't need insurance?
I don't know. I don't have the answer to that.
How are you going to buy a car without a social security number?
Cash.
Yeah, but you still have to get this shit registered. Like, that's what I'm saying is, like, you have to get this shit all fucking figured out.
Yeah. I don't know.
Because the other thing, too, when you buy a car cash, trigger.
Yeah.
That sets shit off.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, too, if an illegal immigrant is buying a car with cash, it's probably like a $750 car. It's like a 1999 Saturn that they're buying. You know what I mean? It's not like they're going to walk into Toyota and buy a brand new 4Runner.
No, but they could meet in the middle. Anything over $2,000 is supposed to trigger paperwork, and anything over $10,000 is mandatory paperwork.
Yeah.
In a cash transaction.
Yeah. So I don't know.
So,
like I said, I just don't see the need in giving them or allowing them the ability to obtain a driver's license.
Yeah, again, someone would have to explain to me the illegal immigrant thing.
Like I said, I can't remember the third one, but it's not that important. Want to start wrapping this up?
Yeah, we can wrap this up.
All right.
So, talking about cars. So, I've been leasing my car for a while, and I actually bought the lease the other day. Like, I finished up the paperwork, whatever.
Nice.
So I figure, well, this car's mine now. I should probably take care of it. So I knew one of the wipers was ripped. I needed a new cabin air filter, and I needed a new engine air filter. Now, I needed these by recommendation of the mechanic I go to. I needed these fucking 8,000 miles ago, but whatever. So, raining today, paperwork signed, my car. I'm like, all right, well, let's go do these things. This can't be expensive. So, started out. I go on YouTube. I look at how to change wipers. I'm like, all right, easy enough. I look at how to change the cabin air filter on my car.
It's easy
Good.
enough.
Got it. Same with the engine air filter. Good. Got it. Understood. No tools, no specialty, nothing.
Yep.
Everything just clips and unclips and clips back in. Good.
Yep.
The only thing I needed was a screwdriver to pop the windshield wiper. I think I can handle that. So I am trying to figure out what's near me. AutoZone, Advanced, O'Reilly, whatever. And I'm like, oh, well, the Walmart's in Raynham. That's the closest. There's nothing closer to me. So I'm like, all right, go on the website, punch in my car info, and I find the engine filter, the cabin filter, and I actually went outside with a measuring tape and got the measure on the wipers. So I found the wipers as well. Okay, because some of them were like different. Because it's like I needed like a 26 and a 14. 26 and 16, or 26
Sure.
and I think 26 and 14. But like some of
Yeah.
them were coming up like 22 and 16. I'm like, that's just maybe that works, but we're not going to do that. We're going to get what I have right now. So I go to the store. I got my screenshots. Takes me forever to find this cabin air filter because there are so many numbers on these fucking things.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's like, I need 101, 390. And it's like, well, here's 101, 360, 101, 362, 101, 365. And here's 10585. I'm like, what the fuck? How the fuck did that just happen?
Yeah.
So I'm like trying to find it, hunt it down. It's like literally like trying to fucking, it's almost like grasping at straws here. I find the cabin filter. I eventually find the engine filter. I've got my wipers. I was like, oh, I could do these right in the parking lot. Well, I'm using my key to try to pop the windshield wiper. I didn't have a screwdriver.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, so I'll just go back to the gym, take care of it, whatever. Pop the wiper off, pull the new one out. Doesn't work. There are 2 types of wipers they sell. 2. Only 2. It's not like there's 6 or 7 or 8. There are only 2. And I just so happened to buy the fucking wrong one on the 26.
Do you have the hook wipers?
It's a hook. It's a hook.
So yep.
So now I bought it off the screenshot because I don't know the difference. So I didn't know that there's different arms and all this fucking shit, whatever.
Yeah.
So I bought it off the screenshot because the website told me this would fit my car. It didn't fit my car. Whatever. The other wiper, that one fits because I bought the correct one there.
Yep.
I don't know. So I don't think Walmart had a 26 in the ones that I was buying. I think whatever. So I put the 14 on, put the old 26 back on, go into the cabin, no problem. Put that air filter in.
The cabin air filter is literally the easiest thing in the world. If anyone is listening right now or watching on YouTube and a mechanic ever tells you that you need a cabin air filter, just stop. Do not have him do it because it's literally a $20 part. You can go to
$20.
You can go to advanced fucking AutoZone, O'Reilly, Walmart, wherever you want. You pay $20 for it. Literally, all you do is take off the glove box, and you pop off a little fucking door thing, a cover, and then you slide the cabin filter out, put the new one in, put the cover back on, put the glove box back in, and that's it. If you pay a mechanic to do that, they're going to charge you $40 for the part. It's $20. And then they were going to charge you probably $45 in labor. So you're looking at $85 for something that you can do yourself for $20.
So the only thing I will say is I would not have gotten that glove compartment off if I didn't watch the video on how to do it. So I've never done it before.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I would have gotten that on my own.
Yeah, and every car is different too, but that's why YouTube exists.
Yeah.
You just watch the YouTube video on it. It's the easiest fucking thing ever.
Yeah. Because mine, you have to like unlatch an arm and then twist the drawer. Like I would have fucking thought I broke the drawer. So go into the engine, and I'm like, this one might get iffy. Like, but you know what? We got it. Whatever. We saw how to do it. So unclip, pop it out, take the filter out. And I remember on the video, the guy had mentioned like there might be shit in there. Like there might be stuff like you could even get like animals, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, fuck. If there's a mouse in here, I'm gonna fucking freak out. I fucking hate rodents. I hate fucking rodents. I do not fucking like rodents. Dead, alive, whatever.
Yeah.
Dodged a bullet. Just a bunch of acorns in there.
Nice.
So no animals, none of that. So the video made it seem very easy for that. What I ended up having to take the top piece with like the hose attachment. I had to like really hold it back because like it didn't just like come off and like move out of the way.
Oh.
I had to like really kind of hold it unless I was
Yeah.
missing something. Like there might have been like another latch or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
So I get the acorns out of there, new filters in, latch it back up. We're good. Like, so we're good on this front. Go up to Target, get a fucking whatever the fuck, another 26-inch wiper blade. And the reason I didn't go to Target in the first, I knew they sold wiper blades, but I didn't go there in the first place because they don't have air filters.
Right.
So I went all the way to Walmart, bought the wrong fucking thing.
Were you at the gym?
Yeah.
There's an Advanced Auto Parts in Mansfield.
I think it's a little deceiving how far away that actually is. Now, it's probably still closer to the Walmart in Raynham, but I wanted to bomb down 138.
Yeah.
I wanted to drive that way. So ultimately that's why I went that way.
Yeah.
They're building up the sports book, so
yeah, I drove by that way. Why did I go over there? Oh, a couple weeks ago, Amy and I went to Barrett's in West Bridgewater, the old Chuck Pony.
yeah.
Because they did the entire month of October, they did a Harry Potter like Hogwarts thing.
Oh, and then you went down to 495?
Yeah, I took 495 to 138 and came.
Yeah, okay. I was gonna say, why the fuck
I came up
there?
138.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, so honestly, I wasn't doing anything. That's why I went that way. I mean, I probably would have made the same fucking mistake at the auto parts store unless the person came over and did it for me. And then
they do offer to help you there.
Yeah.
Like anytime I buy windshield wipers, they're like, "Do you need help putting these on?" And I'm like, "Nah, I got it. Thank you, though."
Yeah.
Like they're pretty good about that. Like they'll be like, "Yeah, I can just go do it for you."
Yeah. Well, they're not hard.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like they're really fucking easy. If you could buy the right one.
Yes. Well,
it
was pretty straightforward. It was pretty straightforward
when it looks like a broken finger almost, where it's like I don't know how to describe it. It looks like a broken finger. Like it goes down and then out, but it's like straight.
Yeah, but it's I think you snap it in. I don't know, because this other one I have that I gotta go bring back to fucking Walmart. It's got 2 adapters and it's fucking 9 options. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And the hook is just one.
Yep. Yeah.
Can't do anything fucking easy. But the thing is, I didn't want to. So a couple things with the mechanic. One, I knew they were going to charge me out the ass for it. That was like $65 worth of stuff.
Yep.
And you figure it's $100 worth of stuff for them. And so truthfully, if they do all 4 of them, $100 worth of stuff, that takes them like 15 minutes. So $150.
Yeah. Well, they probably charge you for an hour.
Well, I mean, again, I would have waited until I got an oil change anyway. So it would have started lumping together. Like they're not lawyers. They don't charge you for every minute or every word you speak to them.
Right.
Generally. But they can, like they definitely can. If you go to the wrong place.
Right. Yeah. Luckily, shout out to JD. He hooked it up when I got the Tacoma. I got 2 years of everything free.
Yeah, well,
Like, I don't
that's why
pay
I'm
for
in this
shit.
well, I'm in this situation because I had a 3-year lease. They only cover it for 2 years,
Oh yeah.
and then I ended up keeping the car because
Yeah.
I didn't have the mechanics. I almost just said fuck it, you guys can do it. But then I was like, you know what? I'm not paying you guys to do this shit because I might not be keeping the car.
Right. Yeah, that's fair.
And then ultimately I did.
Yeah. I'm gonna end up doing the same. I'm gonna end up buying out my lease at the end. I'm just kind of leasing it now, so it's a cheaper payment.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of shit that you can just do yourself on the car that's really fucking easy, and it'll save you a good amount of money.
Well, and that's the other thing too is like, so even if you're like, no, I don't care about the money. I'm not making an appointment to do this shit. Yeah, okay, so it took me 2 trips, but it won't take me 2 trips ever again.
Right.
Ever.
Right.
Like, I'll have the right fucking blades next time.
Right.
No problem.
So the cool thing, just for the future, the cool thing about Advanced Auto Parts, and I'm sure all the other car places do it too, if you type in your actual make, model, and year, they will only show you the ones that fit your car. So
Well,
it's
to be
not a
honest,
guessing game.
that's what Walmart allegedly did too. But
Oh, well, fuck Walmart.
I
They're
think,
stupid.
well, so I think, I
Fuck
don't
the
know.
Waltons.
I'd have to fucking look back.
The
But
Denver Broncos suck.
well, you know what? Maybe something was out of stock. I don't know. It's not that important.
Yeah.
Figured it out, but I'm just like, wow. Just like everything, seemingly easy task. Can't fucking do it. Can't gotta be 2 tries. It's like all the projects we did at the house. It's like, well, how many trips to Home Depot was this gonna take? Fucking 6.
Yeah, at least.
Every time.
Yep.
Run
Obviously.
back out. Run back in. Run back out. Do this. Run
Oh,
back
I
out.
need one more. All right. So my final thought. I've run into shit. Is it 3 people at this point? Over the last, I don't know, let's call it the last month. I've run into a small handful, let's call it, of people that just through casual conversation and talking, right? Because everyone talks about inflation and groceries being expensive and all that stupid bullshit. And it always comes up. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, I go to Market Basket, and immediately, as soon as I say when I go to Market Basket, I met with the, you go to Market Basket? Oh my God. Which Market Basket do you go to? I'm like, I don't know, the one in Attleboro. And it's either, if I'm talking to someone that lives around here, they know the one I'm talking about. But if it's like someone at work, which was one of the people I was talking to, they were like, oh, I would never shop at Market Basket. I'm like, why? And I run into this every single time. Like I said, it's been like 3 or 4 conversations that I've had with people. And they're like, well, it's way too busy. It's a madhouse. It's crazy. It's insane. How can you shop there? There's so many people. It's always packed. Yeah, like go down the line. It's like, okay, it's a grocery store. Like, why? And if someone wants to come at me and say I hate, like, if shout out to Nick, right, friend of the show, if Nick wants to come at me and be like fuck Market Basket because he works at Stop and Shop, like, oh, I'm 100% down with that. I respect the shit out of that. Like, they're a competitor, fuck them. You know what I mean? Like, you stick with your crew, right? I'm totally down. But like when someone comes at me and goes like, oh, I would never shop at Market Basket because it's too busy. There's too many people. Oh, I'm sorry. You don't like saving money? Like, it is so much cheaper than everywhere else. Now, I will say that Market Basket produce sucks. Like, it is the worst, by far the worst of all of them, whether it's, Stop and Shop, Shaw's, fucking Big Y, doesn't matter. Market Basket has the worst produce out of them all. But it's so fucking cheap. It's so much cheaper than everywhere else. And like, again, it's a grocery store. So like, when does the entire world go food shopping? Sundays, right? Sunday morning, Sunday afternoon, whatever it is. Like, maybe a Saturday afternoon, Saturday, midday into the, late afternoon. It doesn't matter what fucking grocery store you go to, it's going to be busy, right? Like, I just don't understand, like, because it's been multiple people. It's been like 3 or 4 people in these conversations that I've had with people that are like, I would never shop at Market Basket. It's way too busy there. There's way too many people. Like, what fucking grocery store do you shop at that's not busy when you go? Like, do you go at Tuesday on
Easton
Tuesday?
Shaw's.
Yeah, at 11 a.m. on a Tuesday. Like, yeah, cool. Market Basket's probably not going to be busy then. It probably will be because it literally is always fucking packed. But like, who gives a shit? Right? Like, you're in there to get the stuff that you're getting. Like, I'm assuming you're not just kind of like wandering around, like, let me check and see what's down this aisle. It's like, I would imagine you probably have a pretty good idea of what you need and where it is.
No.
So you just go and get it and then get the fuck out.
That's a leap, unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately.
So here are some compelling arguments why you actually want to shop at a busy store. Number one, and I believe this is the most important of the reasons, busy stores have checkout lines. Stores that are not busy have the least amount of staff working as possible.
Right.
So you might have the aisles all to yourself, and then you get up there and there's one express line and one checkout line. The rest is self-checkout. Good fucking luck. That's the Stop and Shop in Hyde Park. Like, I am not fucking kidding. On like a Sunday evening, one regular line, one express line, and self-checkout from there.
Yeah.
Same thing with the Shaws in Easton. No one ever shops there. So there's always lines like 4 deep.
Right. Right.
So it's like, oh, wow, there's no one in here. It's great. Then you can't get the fuck out of the store because no one's fucking working there.
Right.
Yeah, okay, so you got to dodge and weave and fucking maybe hit some people in a Market Basket, run some kids over. It's okay. They'll stop screaming at some point.
Yeah, they'll be fine.
But there's like 2 lines that aren't open when you go to fucking checkout. So you can get the fuck out of there.
Literally. Or like, I try and
nothing
go
that pisses me off more than
Saturday mornings. Like, if I can get in there Saturday morning before 10 a.m., like if I can get in and out before 10 a.m., I have no problems.
Yeah, you're also going to know where you're going to. Like the Chelsea Market Basket, like I'll actually give you, like, how do you go there? It's so busy. I'd be like, well, I get there before 8:30. I get there before 8 o'clock because come 8:45, 9 o'clock, that place is a war zone.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But I don't know, it just doesn't seem like the Brockton Market Basket's always all that busy. I mean, there's people.
Yeah.
Parking lot's full. Like, I don't know.
I don't understand.
I also worked at a busy Stop and Shop for 5 years. So like trust me, I am well aware what but you know what it is? People don't actually understand what a busy store really is.
Yeah.
So they like, you go to like a Hannaford's. Hannaford's are like, that is like zombie apocalypse.
Yeah.
There is nobody at a I have never been to a Hannaford's and gone, wow, this is busy.
Yeah.
I always wonder how they keep the fucking lights so bright. I'd be fucking shutting lights off and dimmer bulbs, using less electricity because I wouldn't be paying my utility bills because no one's fucking there.
Yeah.
Fucking yeah. These people like go into like Shaw's with 3 lines and it's 2 deep and they're like, oh wow, so busy today. Yeah, there's 6 people. Yeah, there's 6 people checking out.
Yeah, there's only 2 lines.
Yeah, it's fucking slammed.
Yeah. And that's generally the thing with the Market Basket too. Like I said, when I go in the morning, like on an early Saturday morning, the best is when I get there at like 8:30. If I get to a Market Basket at 8:30 on a Saturday, I'm out of there by like 9:15. Like, it's great because they have all fucking 27 registers are open. And there's literally just people kind of standing around doing nothing. Now, if you do go later in the day, like occasionally I've had to go at like noon and it gets pretty busy, but like you still have all 27 registers open and they're like maybe 2 or 3 deep each. So you're still not waiting overly long to get out of there. Like the checkout lines aren't that long.
So my other thing is food turns over better, but I'm not dwelling on that point.
Oh yeah,
So
it does.
I've gone into Brockton Market Basket, which people look at me like I'm insane for going to Brockton.
Yeah, right. Like that's it. Like again, I don't know.
Well, people,
Now, I'm not,
like again, people think they're gonna get fucking stabbed. They think it's the south side of Chicago, and it's
people
not. It's
people
fucking
say the
Brockton,
same shit about
Massachusetts.
like the Attleboro market, but they're like, oh my god, you go to Attleboro? It's like,
Yeah,
pump your fucking brakes, dude. It's
it's a fucking
Attleboro.
grocery store.
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck is gonna happen? You like you said, I'm not going to the south side of Chicago. It's Attleboro. Fuck off.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
Brockton.
there's a lot of people that speak Spanish here. Oh, so what?
Yeah, the Goya aisle is well stocked.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck do you want from me? Like, so
Yeah.
I go to Brockton Market Basket. It's not fucking. People think it's dangerous. It's not fucking dangerous.
No.
And I did this one time. It was busy in the store. I knew what I was getting ahead of time. 8 minutes from cart to getting to a checkout line. 8 minutes.
Yeah.
I was in the store for 8 fucking minutes. You can fucking do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And again, it wasn't dead. It wasn't supermarket sweep. I wasn't sprinting up and down the aisles. I was dodging people, weaving people, forget something here, double back, like normal shopping.
Yeah.
But I knew what I was getting ahead of time. Fucking had a plan, got to it. 8 minutes.
Yeah.
So if you're that inconvenienced by going to the grocery store, make a fucking list.
Yeah. Well, it's the same type
And
of
start
people.
inside out.
It's the same type of people that complain about the grocery store being busy, won't make a list and won't have a plan. So they stand there in the middle of the fucking aisle being like, do I need anything down here? I don't know. Let me go look at everything down here.
Yeah. Ooh, maybe I need some Jiffy corn muffin mix today.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. Ooh, the pet food aisle? I don't even have a pet, but maybe I need something down here. Let me go check. Like,
oh, I wonder what's on sale down here.
Yeah, fuck off.
8 minutes.
Make a list, get in, get out. Who cares? Save money.
Now, again,
it's way cheaper.
Now, you don't need to be like me and have literally like, I know exactly what I'm getting every aisle. Like, I go in order too. So it's like, you don't have to be like that. But like, even when I make my list, I know exactly what aisle everything's in. But I also go to the same store. I go to the same store every weekend.
Right. I take the same path. I come into the market basket. I start on the right side and I work my way all the way to the left side. And then I'm out. I'm done. That's it. Like I barely ever get any shit in the middle.
No, the only time is when I go rogue and it's like, if I see something in the meat department that I want, it's like, all right, I got to double back to the aisles to get some shit.
Right.
That'll happen. But
yeah.
Or like if I'm in a rush, I won't do that.
Yeah, exactly. Or occasionally I'll be like, ah, shit, I need tinfoil. So I got to go down like the fucking tinfoil. You know what I mean? Like random shit. I've hardly ever go down the middle aisles. You don't need them. It's all bullshit anyway. Or I need like peanut butter. I'll go down. You know, like I don't know. People are fucking dumb.
People would be horrified if they saw me go through the store the way I go through. I'm like, I fucking almost hitting. It's crazy. I'm almost hitting people.
Yeah.
Blowing by people, buzzing by them, moving people's carts out of the way.
You got to do what you got to do.
No one says no one said anything. No. I'm waiting for someone to say anything. Like, oh, why'd you move that? I'm like, why'd you leave it in the middle of the fucking aisle?
Yeah, hey, leave it in a better spot.
And then by the time that I finish my statement, I'd be fucking out of the aisle anyway.
Yeah. So. All right. Well, that is going to do it for us. Thank you for watching or listening wherever you're at. Like, rate, subscribe, thumbs up. If you're an audio listener on iTunes or Spotify, leave us 5 stars over there. Tell everybody you know about the show. You can get us on Instagram at Sarcasm Speaks Pod. Twitter is Sarcasm_Speaks. Facebook and the website, all that shit's all just Sarcasm Speaks or sarcasmspeaks.com. Go buy some merch. Shout out to mybookie.com. Use the promo code SarcasmPod when you sign up to double your first deposit up to $1,000 over there. Also, you can use the same promo code SarcasmPod at grillyourassoff.com. to save 15% off your entire order every single time you check out. They just released a brand new barbecue sauce made with Sailor Jerry, the rum. I don't know. It doesn't sound super appealing to me, but maybe it's mostly because you and I have had some pretty awful experiences with Sailor Jerry.
I think I got some of
in
the Sailor
college.
upstairs.
But
The Admiral.
oh, it was the Admiral. It was Admiral
Yeah.
Nelson. That's what it was.
Sailor
yeah.
Jerry's is actually fine. It's a little
Yeah.
bit stronger proof. It's
It's 100 proof, isn't it?
yeah, maybe 96.
Yeah, something like
But I think
that.
Captain's what?
80.
Not 70.
What's the standard? Is it 70 or 80?
80 proof, 40%.
Yeah, so it's 80.
Okay, because I thought I know sometimes rum's like 35. Like I think Gosling's rum is 35%,
Okay. Yeah.
70 proof.
So yeah, like I said, might not be for me, but maybe it's maybe you enjoy it, maybe you like it. Go check it out. Again at grillyourassoff.com. New barbecue sauce over there. So that's it. Until next time. Good night, everyone.